What's going on, YouTube? So it's been a while. I've been MIA. Haven't had an update quite a bit. So here it is. So here's Rosie Gold. I guess I'll start with Rosie. It's got quite a bit of fruit set, like every year. I pruned her heavy in June of last year. I mean, like down to nothing. And it rebounded, and it's a little late this year. I mean, probably because of how much I actually pruned it back. I did the same with Malika. Pruned her back pretty hard, but I had tiny bit of panicles on the lower part of the tree. But that's about it. Nothing on the top. But I'm just going to use this year to shape the tree and bring it this way, because my plan is to utilize, since I planted them, so close together, I still have area that I can use. I got I would call it airspace. I got airspace that I can utilize, and I could bring it this way towards me. Yesterday I just top worked my lemon zest tree, and I top worked it, put Rosie Gold on it. Yep, bet you guys never would have thought I would have put Rosie Gold. Actually, take that back, it's not all Rosie Gold. That one right there is Kent. I put a Kent on there. My wife likes Kent, so give Mama one. Oh yeah, we got the Sunbach Jasmine. That thing's unbelievable. I planted a little cutting a few years ago, and probably about 5 years ago actually, and I just kept it here. I've been meaning to move it, but left it there and just smelling, man, beautiful. Coming over here, we got pineapple. Got some huge pineapple flowers. I mean, huge. That's gonna be a big pineapple. Got the dragon fruit up here. I got some new ones. I got a Asunta 2, and I got Mr. Wu. Let's go over this way. Here's the back side of Malika. I did have got a couple panicles down there. A lot of panicles. It might flush out. I mean, I don't know. It might. We'll see. Cavendish doing its thing. Here's the Mamey. This is my seedling Mamey. It's already flushing out. Got the new growth right there. Pineapples in there. This used to be sugarcane corner, but I'll move the sugarcane somewhere else. Find room. Got some gandulas, pigeon peas. Got a LSU fig right there. I used to have a white fig. I got rid of it. You gotta cut your losses. It wasn't doing anything, so I'm not gonna waste my time anymore. Over here is my Namdak Mai. This used to be in a different part of my yard, and because my bacon avocado is growing so fast and so big, I knew it was a matter of time before this tree was gonna just, get overshadowed and probably just decline. So I decided, I'll move it. I got a Suriname cherry right there. That's getting the eviction notice pretty soon. I just gotta get the time to pull it out of there. Right next to it, I got my green sapote. Green sapote starting to do good. It'll do better once I get rid of that Suriname. I won't have to compete. I got the passion fruit vine on the back. I do have some fruit set on there too. Pretty cool. I actually moved my starfruit tree, which used to be right next to that Namdak Mai, and I moved it for the same reason, because I didn't think that it was gonna, in a couple years do well considering that bacon avocado, which I didn't think, at that time. You live and learn. Over here we got key lime. I do have some fruit set on there. This thing is just, I'm so glad I grafted this tree. So glad. I mean, it gives me fruit like every single year. Over here is Oro Negro. I got a crazy amount of fruit set this year. Crazy amount of fruit set. The tree's doing pretty good. I mean, I actually did some pruning last year. I took out some wood because you don't want to have too much. You want to find the limbs that you think that are going to be the strongest, and just eliminate everything else. You don't need too much. Here's bacon. I mean, it's getting huge. Thing's freaking huge. It's already approaching like 12 feet. So my plan is to just give it its own space, maybe, like a perimeter of like, I don't know, 10, 11 feet. And that's why I removed, that's where the Namdak Mai and the starfruit used to be. So I'll let it take up that area and see what happens. Over here we got this is my Valencia Pride that I converted to rosy gold. I mean, who could imagine? And then I got Kent right there also. I got a Kent. Actually got 2 branches of Kent, which I probably will eliminate one of them once the fruit comes off. And I think I'm going to put pickering on this tree probably. We'll see what happens. I got a bird nest here. I put my frost cloths. What I've been doing every year is I'll throw my frost cloths in the set, because my trees are like open in the middle. So it gave me an idea to just, instead of throwing them on the floor, I could just put them in the center. And that was the last one I moved. And one day I was out here and I was going to move it. And I went to move it and the bird flew out. And I was like, oh shoot, bird nest in there. So I got to leave it at least until they leave. And then it's right there. But it's got a lot of fruit set on it. I mean, even the Kent's pretty good. I mean, it gives you it's got a lot of female flowers. A lot of female flowers. Let me come around this side. I mean, look at it. A lot of fruit set. A lot of fruit set. Let's come over here. This once was my Lancetilla. And, I mean, would he guess what it is? Yeah, rosy gold. A lot of fruit set. I mean, you should just go with what works. I mean, I'm not going to experiment anymore with varieties that are not going to work for me. I mean, like lemon zest. My father-in-law has branches on his tree, and they actually do well for him. Probably because he lets his tree grow. But I mean, as you can see, look at the bacon avocado. The thing's getting huge. I'm not going to let it get that tall. I probably will. I'll take about 3 feet off of it at the end of the year when it's done. There's my lychee. It's got some fruit set on it. Had some flowers. Over here, my longan tree. That's actually going to my father-in-law. Pulling it out so I give room for the other lychee. Right there. You don't think. I mean, but you know what I look at it as this. Okay, I planted all these trees. They were close together. Yeah, I increased the work that I have to do, but I temporarily gave it a home until I could find it another home. And I mean, I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not going to like kill it or get rid of it. I'm just going to plant it somewhere else. Wish I had space here, but I don't. And then I got a seedling jackfruit. No flowers yet on that one. I do have one that has flowers. I got actually 3 of them in the ground. And some orchids right there. Let me come over here. That's my black sapote. It's doing really well now. It's finally starting to grow. I used to have a white sapote right here, and I moved it. If I get an opportunity, I'll show you guys. Over here, I got some loquats that were seedlings. They were volunteers that grew, and I just yanked them out like 3 weeks ago. It didn't even phase them when I yanked them out. Stuck them in a pot. Not even the leaves didn't even like fall off or anything. They're really hardy. Over here, I got a jackfruit, and it's got a male flower on it. Pretty cool. Hopefully, we'll see some female flowers. But might have planted them too close, but I don't care. Got some chaya right here. This thing I whack back every year. Yep, it just doesn't mind. Got a Djibouti Kaba. Hasn't given me anything. This thing might get an eviction notice. And I'll just pot it up, stick it in my patio or something. I don't know. But it's beautiful. It's 6 feet tall, a little bit more than that. I planted a sapodilla. Right there. And over here is another jackfruit seedling. My 3rd jackfruit seedling. I mean, it's, see what happens. I'm gonna take some off the top there, and then tie these laterals and train the laterals so that, you know, everything's lower, so it's not gonna grow too tall, which I really don't mind. But over here's a Barbados cherry, which I pulled out of the ground where the Namdak Mai tree that I showed you is. That's where that tree used to be, and it looks like it's hanging in there, just waiting for it to sprout again. Here's dwarf namois, which a while back it was mislabeled in the nursery. It was mislabeled as ice cream, but it happened to be dwarf namois. Took me a couple years to figure it out, since I really didn't know too much. Just, you know, like a lot of us, you know, we just go with what, learn as we go. This is a seedling that I grafted to a variety that a friend of mine had given me from Puerto Rico. Makes a huge fruit, long neck. I kept one of the branches, that variety, and then the other 2 I put Oro Negro. I like the Oro Negro, it's pretty good. Over here I got some jackfruit. And some of the trees, you know, like this, I don't even know what this is. Some people say it's a gardenia, but it's not a gardenia, it has no smell. Not even sure what it is. It's a pretty plant. It was here when I moved in. I never got rid of it. I just left it. Like, whatever. It grows. There I got a dwarf Cavendish. That's growing like crazy. I mean, that was tiny. And then I harvested the fruit from the mother just recently. Really good fruit. That's a lobster claw heliconia. And I'm back over where I was a few minutes ago, near the bacon avocado. And right here I got a Maha Chinook graft on there. It looks like it's pushing through, actually. Starting to push through. And on this one, that's a Kent, but I'm gonna exit out because I only want the Maha Chinook. I was gonna do a multi, but changed my mind. We all change our minds. Except me, I do it too much. Right there, that's a pineapple that made it through the winter. Decent size. Let's see. Let's walk back over. And over here is my multi that has rosy gold, of course. And I got orange sherbet on this one. And I got a lemon zest around the back, but lemon zest didn't give me any. The orange sherbet gave me some. I do have some on there, down there, and up here. I was actually tempted to, I was going to use the scions from the orange sherbet and graft it onto where the lemon zest is. And I didn't have any that were ready. So I figured, forget about it. And pan back over here. And I'll take you where, show you something else over here. Oh yeah, plumeria. That, I'm yanking them all out. I don't need them anymore. I'll just pot them up. I got some blackberries. More pineapple. Here is the white sapote. It's starting to come back. Dropped all its leaves because I moved it. Didn't like it. Roots were really, really deep. But it is starting to come back. I can tell. It is starting to come back. So it'll have a nice open nice open area to do its thing. Over here, donut peach. I was actually training it on the wire and I pulled it off the wire. I gotta move it back onto the wire. Sea hibiscus, which is going to get the pruners. It's going to get the loppers to it. They finally started putting out flowers after 8 years. It's probably because I cut it back every year. I don't like it to get too big. It could rip my screen and all kind of problems can happen. Over here, one last look. One last look. Oh yeah, and I forgot to talk about this over here. So I had a little incident with my dragon fruit. It fell off the brick wall there, completely collapsed, and now it's aided by a 2x6 and a strap that I anchored in underneath. So I don't know, just as a thought, if you ever build something to house your dragon fruit, overbuild it, because they get heavy, pretty heavy. There's the mame again, and rosy gold underneath, canopy underneath. And pan out here. All right. Thank you for watching.